Hello and welcome to this BBC News live countdown to Eurovision 2025. We are now just 90 minutes away from the grand final in Switzerland. I'm Nikki Schiller here in London, and my lucky colleague who has got to travel to Basel is Mariam Mashiri. Mariam, what's the atmosphere like?
I'm so lucky, Nikki, am I not? I'm here, it's amazing. I feel like I miss you so much though, Nikki. I really wish you were here. The atmosphere is amazing. Take a quick look behind me. These people are all moving along in the queue quickly to get into the arena, into the place where the lucky ticket holders will get to see Eurovision final live, together with 6,500 people inside the arena behind me.
I do like the lady behind you who's got the dealy boppers on, and I did see just before we came on air that someone was wearing a Graham Norton face mask as they went into the arena. It's been a ticket that lots of people have wanted to get hold of, isn't it?
No, why not? Why not wear a Graham Norton face mask? Maybe one day there'll be a Nikki Schiller and Mariam Mashiri face mask, and they will join together, they'll unite together outside a Eurovision Song Contest final, and we'll finally be together in the way we should be together tonight, which is a real shame.
Absolutely, we should be together. And of course, lots of people are going to be celebrating. And if you are watching and you are hosting a party, we want to hear from you. We have a live page running on the BBC News website and app, and we want to get your WhatsApp messages. So if you are holding a party, how are you celebrating Eurovision? All you have to do is add us on WhatsApp. Here is the number: +44 7756 165 803. So that WhatsApp number again is +44 7756 165 803. And most importantly, when you send us a message, say who you are and where you are so we can give you a mention. We've already had some messages in. Paula is in the Isle of Wight. She says, I love Eurovision, but my new husband hates it, but I'm getting him involved. Gary, however, refused to smile for the photo that she has sent in, and you'll be able to see on the BBC News website, which has that live page up and running. So if you want to get mentioned, do WhatsApp us. That number is on screen: +44 7756 165 803. My friend Kevin, who is in Spain at the moment, he is holding a special party tonight, and he has been out and bought food and drink from different countries. So things like Norwegian fish, German sausage and Swedish biscuits. If you are doing that, we want to hear from you. So drop us a message and we'll give you a mention as we head towards the top of the hour at 8 o'clock. If you are watching us on TikTok, then you can add your message on TikTok and we will pick it up. The team, our TikTok team, are monitoring that. So TikTok, WhatsApp, we want to hear from you. We're also going to be heading to a watching party. Lola and Ben are at a watching party. There they are with their Union Jack flags. I love Ben's face. He's looking really happy at the moment, isn't he? He hasn't had a drink yet, I don't think. That's in East London. We will be back to them a little later. But let's get back to where the action is, and that is with Mariam in Basel. And Mariam, it does seem, from what I can see at the moment, that it is Sweden who are the favourites, and it's all about a sauna.
It is, Nikki. Is that an offer? Is that an offer? I mean, you know, what can I say? Saunas prolong life, they say. They reduce the risk of heart disease, they say. These are all things that I hear on the grapevine. And saunas also perhaps win you the Eurovision Song Contest. Who knows? Sweden is the hot favourite tonight. But you know what, Nikki? As the week has gone on and as the semi-finals have gone through, the momentum behind Sweden has slightly slowed down, and it's moved a little bit more behind a couple of other countries. For example, Finland, a big fan favourite. That is one of the ones to watch. Austria, a personal favourite of mine. I love that song, JJ. What a beautiful ballad. France, Luan with Maman. That's another one that people can't stop talking about. And finally, the Netherlands. C'est la vie, as they say. That could also end up being a winner. So, to be honest, it's much more of an open scenario than it was earlier on in the week. And I want to just touch on the watching parties very briefly, Nikki Schiller, if I may, because there's one very important watching party, dear to my heart, happening in the Mashiri household, and that is my son, my daughter, my husband, who are watching the Eurovision together. It's a family tradition, and they're watching it tonight, and I'm not going to be there. So Mummy says hi. Don't stay up too late, okay, but you can stay up till the end of the judging, I guess. Can they? Anyway,
Of
look,
course they
I've got
can.
someone
I've
here
given
who's
them
definitely going to stay
permission.
up very late with me.
They have permission.
Uncle Nicky says yeah. Uncle Nicky says yes. Okay, there you go. Daniel Rosny, presenter, podcaster, friend of the programme, and also Eurovision absolute expert.
We're going to stay up tonight. We're going to have fun.
How much coffee are you going to give me for this? I'm tired.
Coffee, is that all we're drinking?
Listen, everyone keeps talking about Aperol Spritz. That's not my vibe. My vibe is like something non-alcoholic.
Okay.
Like, you know, I don't know, Pepsi or
I've had
lemonade.
two Pepsis.
That's it. It's still got caffeine in it. It'll perk you up. But I don't do well with alcohol.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise, I get Larry.
You strike me as a really...
Do I need alcohol? Oh my God, sir, I love your flags, by the way. They're amazing. They're amazing.
I love the atmosphere here. I mean, everybody is in these flags. It feels like we're at the
Hello.
Olympics of the music world.
I know we are. Isn't the vibe just so brilliant? You can't really explain it unless you're here.
It's an absolute privilege to be here, I think. There are so few events in the world that truly bring people together, and people have their flags around their necks. They're proudly supporting their countries. But also, one of the best things about the Eurovision Song Contest, you were just alluding to it there with your favourites, you don't have to support the country where you're from. And that's what music can do in a way that sport might not necessarily be able to, because you always want your country to do well in a sporting competition, but here we want the best song to win. So you think Austria might do it?
Well, I love the Austria song. Obviously there are other ones that I think are really good as well, but yeah, I think they have a good chance. What about you? What do you think?
So I really want Finland to do it.
Listen to him, he knows what he's talking about.
I really want Finland to do it, but there are even more people who have let's say that they're data-driven in the Eurovision world, and people have come up with this formula to work out, based on previous Eurovisions and based on the songs that are in this year's competition, who will win. Sweden always comes out on top in this formula, but I was speaking to the head of France Television the other day. She's in charge of the entertainment side of France Television and sport, and she said, we've had the Olympics in Paris, we need Eurovision, we want the biggest music event in the world, and France this year I think is definitely one to watch. They desperately want France to win. They even launched her, they revealed her song at the final of the Six Nations in the Stade de France.
Is it true they've given her more time for the set change than any other group, or is that not true?
She does come after a commercial break, so if you're watching the Eurovision Song Contest in the UK, you won't have a commercial break because the BBC doesn't have adverts in the UK. But if you're watching in some of the other countries, then they need a commercial break. So that setup takes longer. It takes a couple of minutes to set up.
That's fake news, basically. I thought they were like favouritising her. That's what I heard in the grapevine, but
Well,
that's not true.
apparently she's performing in position 23.
That's
She's
a brilliant position.
French singer called Luan with her song Maman. And apparently, according to the history books, if you perform 23rd, you are most likely to win.
Wow.
So it could be France. We could
There
be in
you go.
Paris next year.
And what about Sweden? Let's take a sauna.
Let's take a sauna. So, Sweden is sending a Swedish song in Swedish, but the guys, Kai, are actually Finnish. So they are from the Swedish-speaking part of Finland. It has been an absolute fan favourite since the beginning,
Brilliant song.
since it was chosen. But here's the fact for you. So in some of the other countries, particularly in Sweden, you have to compete in what is called the national selection show. So you have to win a show in that country to then be the representative here. And when the lineup of the Swedish contestants was revealed, it was the last place to win Melody Festivalen, which is the Swedish competition. They beat all the odds in Sweden, they won. People refer to it as a joke song. It's not a joke song, it's a humour. It brings humour to the stage, it's a fun song. And if Sweden win, my heart will break a little bit because it's the 8th win and Ireland's not in the final.
I feel bad. I feel bad. Well, let's see. It's all still to play. Ireland?
Ireland? Ireland.
Guys, how do you feel about Ireland not being in it anymore?
We're not happy.
They're not happy. They say they're not happy. Do you want to come forward a little bit?
We're hiding our flags because you can't bring the flags inside.
You can't bring the flags.
They're in
Okay,
here.
but you
I won't show you where he
Ireland
put
in
them.
your hearts, right?
Ireland in our hearts.
Let's have a look at the
Like
flag.
a party.
There we go.
We need like a party.
There we go. It's a sad, sad shame. It's a sad shame.
It's a sad shame.
Next year,
It's a
next
travesty.
year.
Also Australia, they should be in the final.
I know the milkshake man. I love the milkshake man. Okay.
Who doesn't love the milkshake
Thank you so much to both of you. It's been lovely to speak to
Good
you.
luck, UK. I think you're going to come last, but let's see.
That's not the negativity we need.
UK come last. Okay, listen. Do we have time to go into the Sweden interview, guys? Okay, I want us to have a little listen to my colleague Lauren Taylor chatting to the Swedish group Kai a little bit earlier about their song and their chances. Have a listen.
It's called Bara Bara Bastu, and it's about going to the sauna. It actually means just go to the sauna. And it's a fun song that filled with energy. We call it sauna pop, and it's really fun to do, and I think people like it also. I think, well, Sweden is very serious about Eurovision and has been for many, many years. And you can tell that's why they are so on top. They're always like top 10 or something. And they take it really seriously. And that means, or has at least meant, that you bring a song in English so everyone can understand it. But it feels like it's a trend now this year in Eurovision and in the world to also lift smaller languages. And we're a part of that trend, and it really fits us great. We've always supported our local dialect.
Yeah, and I also think that Sweden was ready for something new this year, and we're just really happy that it's us.
That is Kai, Mariam, and it is interesting that Mark Savage, our music correspondent, who knows a lot more probably than you and I do about Eurovision, and we know a lot, did point out that a novelty act doesn't tend to win, although I do remember Lordi winning, and that was a little bit of a novelty act. I wonder what Daniel feels about whether they do stand a chance being a novelty act when we have the difference between, say, the jury vote and then the public vote.
So yeah, Nikki, I sort of agree with you and I sort of don't, which is what makes Eurovision great, that we can have these debates. It isn't a novelty act, it's a fun song, and it's been in the charts in Sweden for around 16 weeks or something. Now, for those that don't know, the Eurovision voting is split in two, like you say, Nikki. So last night, half of the votes came from the juries, and they are made up from music experts around the UK. There's roughly 4 or 5 in each country. Tonight is the public vote. That's what people will be watching on TV. Those 160 million people watching at home can vote. Now, I think Sweden are more likely to do better at the public vote than in the jury song, because traditionally in Eurovision it's the ballads that do well in the jury vote. But saying that, it's a great song, it's a catchy song. By the end of the performance, I want to go to a sauna.
Do you? Is that an offer?
Wow, there's none in my hotel, is there one in yours?
No, there's not.
Oh,
there's not. Mainly because we're in Switzerland and not Sweden or Finland. Nikki, what do you think? I mean, you know, the funny, jokey song Croatia did really well last year, and there's finished something very well in Liverpool as well.
Yes, so I tried to be really good this year, and I waited until the semi-finals to actually watch them rather than going to YouTube and looking so that I could see the performance. And I actually was most moved by France. And I think we were talking about the jury vote, and I don't know what Daniel thinks, but I think France might do quite well with the jury vote, and it could be a little bit of a dark horse when you think about the number of people across Europe who speak French.
Yes, there are though, I think 4 songs this evening that have the French language in them, the Netherlands being one of them. Switzerland though is fully in French, and I think that is beautiful as well. That's a complete one-shot performance. That's definitely one to watch out for. When it comes to France on stage, it is really emotional. Sure, it's a ballad, but the artistic direction with the song it's genuinely stunning when you see it for the first time, and her vocal each time has been spot on. Now, in Eurovision's gone by, you weren't able to vote for the countries until all of the songs have performed. This year, you can vote from the beginning. So with France being towards the end of the show, will people be at drinking parties? Will they not be voting?
They've already voted,
yeah.
given all their votes.
I mean, nobody knows. That's what makes it so exciting. But this year, more than others, it does feel that it's sort of between 4 or 5 different artists, and
okay.
that's what makes it this period. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Very true. Daniel will be back with you and Marion very shortly, but we do want to mention some of the people who are watching. Don't forget you can WhatsApp us if you are watching on BBC iPlayer or on TikTok. You can put a message on TikTok and we will pick it up. The WhatsApp number +44 7756 165803, and I've just noticed on the live page that the Bishop Stortford is where Charlie, who's 9, and his younger sister Finn are 6. They are watching, they are ready, and they are rooting for Estonia. Their watch party costumes are inspired by the rapper Tommy Cash and the Estonian Eurovision entry, Espresso Macchiato. Her mum, Stephanie, explains we're from the UK, but the kids love that song the most, and they've watched it so much that they know all of the dance moves. Do WhatsApp us if you want your message to be read out before we hit Eurovision at the top of 8. Hello, if you are just joining us, you are with BBC News and our live countdown to the Eurovision 2020 final. And I am in London. Mariam Mashiri is live in Switzerland. Mariam, you've been talking to quite a few Eurovision legends today, haven't you?
I have been, yes. I've been talking to quite a few Eurovision legends. A little bit earlier on, I talked to Conchita Wurst, the Austrian winner from 2014. She was absolutely brilliant. She's a commentator for Austrian television, and Daniel Rosny is here with me.
Another
himself,
Eurovision legend.
A Eurovision legend.
Yeah.
Daniel, I talked to Conchita. It was so lovely to speak to her. She has such a presence and aura about her. But one of the key things she said to me was that this Eurovision, the vibes, the feeling, the atmosphere is just, I don't know, it's gone back to feeling how it felt before. I think Malmo was a bit of a blip, wasn't it, in terms of the way it was organised and what happened there, and the feelings there between delegations as well.
I think show bosses absolutely wanted this year to be a reset, and we're in Switzerland, famed for its neutrality, and this is obviously where Eurovision began in 1956, and what I'm seeing for the first time is the excitement. So here behind us is the arena where the Eurovision Song Contest will be, but in front of us, which I don't think we can see on screen, is a stadium where 36,000 Eurovision fans will be watching the show that's coming from across the way. And it just feels like you're at the centre of something there. Millions of people around the world will be watching. It's an exciting event. As I said before, there's so few events, that bring us all together. Now, the vibe of this year for me definitely feels more celebratory.
Yeah.
We are in a smaller city, which makes it a lot more contained. We're not in a capital city. And also because we're on a border with France and we're on a border with Germany. So we get 3 different cultures, which is exactly what Eurovision is. It's about bringing different nations together.
No, it's perfect. And actually talking about Conchita and what she said to me and how she was, I think we can play audiences a little clip of Conchita, whom I spoke to earlier. It was really lovely to catch up with her. Have a listen.
I mean, Eurovision is a project for freedom, no? We all came together like many, many years ago to unite Europe. And united by music it still is. And I feel like this energy, it never gets old, and it's so important these days that we find joy in our differences and that we come together with different mindsets, but still we, have the excitement for the same thing, and we love music and we love the arts.
The vibe here in Basel is brilliant, isn't it?
Yes, it's beautiful. The city is so welcoming, and they're so relaxed, and everybody's so excited about it. I mean, even like we can go on the tram for free. I mean, it's such a, it made
We're using our pass.
Yes, and it's so easy for us to get around and to explore the city, so that's beautiful.
Tell me a little bit about Austria's entry, JJ.
Yes.
I know you've given him a lot of support.
Yes.
You're commentating for Austrian TV.
Oh.
I love the song. It's a beautiful song.
It is a beautiful
what do you think of its chances?
Oh, I'm very confident that we will win, because he's so brilliant. He sings at the State Opera back home, and that's a big deal. And what he does is exceptionally. It's something so rare. You hardly get to experience this kind of singing a countertenor live. So it's really, really special. And he's such a sweetheart. So yes, I really want him to win.
When I listen to that song, it literally gives me goosebumps. His voice, every time. It never fails to. It's very strange. The only other singer who does that for me is Adele. When I listen to her, I get goosebumps every time.
Oh, that's a beautiful comparison. Oh, thank you so much.
It's that kind of
Please vote for Austria. Please call in.
What would it mean to Austria to win again?
Oh, you know, we would be so excited. I would be so excited. I already said to everybody, I'm going to host, you know.
Of course.
So this is, of course, I want JJ to win, but we, you know, for the whole music industry and the whole music field of Austria, it would mean so much, you know, because we have so much to offer. And JJ is really the perfect representation of that. There are so many different things fused into one. So he is Eurovision.
Now, tonight, all the songs, and I've obviously been listening to them over and over again, they feel to me like this year is much more going back to Eurovision's roots. There are so many songs in original languages.
Yeah.
There are fewer English songs, and it feels much more like a real Eurovision Song Contest.
Yes, that's actually a very beautiful thing to say. I feel like also back in the day, I remember, you know, I learned so much through the Eurovision Song Contest about different countries. Oh, this is the way it can sound. This is the way they dress, like in their traditional clothing. And it's so beautiful that this comes back, because we are so beautiful in our differences. And, you know, we get inspired by each other. And that's, yeah, it's amazing.
You've been a Eurovision winner. Tell me how that feels. How is that person going to feel, or those people going to feel tonight?
It feels so good. It feels so good to win. For me, really, a dream came true, you know. And there's no bigger stage where any of these could happen. So, anybody who will win Austria tonight, it's gonna be the moment.
So, from the real Conchita to our own personal Conchita here. Lovely to see you both.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome. I'm very good. So you are obviously dressed as gorgeous Conchita, but what are your names?
I'm Katrina. And my name's Inger, we're sisters.
And where have you come from?
We're Scottish, my sister lives in Norway though, so we come together every year for Eurovision, wherever we're at in the world.
Why have you decided to pay homage to Conchita? What is it about her that you love?
Well, first of all, she's an absolute diva. She's a complete queen, and we saw her earlier on looking absolutely incredible.
She's curled her hair.
And she's curled her hair, I know, I said that earlier. Like, she's totally showing me up this evening. Come on, Conchita, I thought we were friends.
I mean, she show anyone up. She's absolutely stunning.
Correct. But also for me, this year, Austria is my winner, so I pay homage to her because she obviously won too, and I'd love to go back to Vienna.
Yeah, Vienna would be nice, wouldn't
Yes,
it?
yes.
Anywhere would be nice. The atmosphere here is so wonderful. It just feels so good to have this level of, I don't know, inclusivity, unity. Yeah. People just seem so happy.
For sure. Definitely. It's a wonderful environment. This is actually our 9th Eurovision.
Wow.
So we
Which one's been the best one? I think I know what you're going to say.
Do you?
Well, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, there was one a few years ago that was pretty big, pretty special. Liverpool.
Yes, I knew it. I knew it. That's the one.
I just couldn't believe how well they did it, and I wondered if it was my analogy is, you know, if you organise a party for yourself, it's going to be great. But if you organise a party for your best friend, you're pulling all the stops out.
You are.
And that is what Liverpool did. What a city! What a host!
I know. It was just awesome being there for the whole week.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to both of you. It's lovely to speak to you. Where are you going to watch the show?
We're standing, so we're right down
so
in
you're
the front.
You're going in?
Oh yeah.
So that's so very kind of you to come and speak to us before going in.
So, but we've seen it twice already, so you know.
Fair enough.
It's old news for us now.
Well, thanks very much, ladies. Nikki, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Mariam. I want to talk about Celine Dion now, because rumours are rife that she may make an appearance in tonight's final. You'll remember, if you're old enough, like Mariam and me, that she won for Switzerland 37 years ago. Now, if you were watching the first semi-final, she did send a message. Take a look at this.
I'd love nothing more than to be with you in Basel right now. Switzerland will forever hold a special place in my heart. It's a country that believed in me and gave me the chance to be part of something so extraordinary. Winning the Eurovision Song Contest for Switzerland in 1988, was a life-changing moment for me. And I'm so thankful for everyone who supported me. Now, 37 years later, I know. It's so beautiful and emotional to see Switzerland winning and hosting this incredible event once again. To the people of Switzerland, thank you for your love. This night is yours, and I hope you feel as proud as I do. La musique nous unit, pas seulement ce soir, pas
So
seulement en ce
that was the
moment
message that was played in the semi-final. Now, reports have circulated that a private jet has landed in Basel yesterday. Now, no official sources can confirm that. Now, during the rehearsals, they've been playing that message again. But I do have news. At a press conference, the Eurovision director Martin Green was asked, and this is the quote from him: "Father Christmas exists and you'll have to wait and see." So that sort of leaves the door a little bit open from the Eurovision director Martin Green that we may see Celine Dion tonight. As we said, it is 37 years since she lifted the trophy for Switzerland, but nothing confirmed. Insiders at the song contest said that even as late as yesterday afternoon, they didn't know if the singer would turn up. So we will have to wait to see if she does. But I know a lot of fans will be hoping that she does. We will continue to keep an eye on that here on BBC News. And you are live with BBC News as we count down to Eurovision. Now, looking at the clock on screen, Mariam, it is 1 hour, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. What's the atmosphere like with you? Fans still going into the arena?
Yeah, they are actually. I'm hungry, Nikki. I think I need to grab a McDonald's, but how can I do that between finishing this show with you and the actual show starting? And I can't get a Deliveroo, can I? Because they don't. There's all the roads here are closed. Anyway, problems. We have those Dutch guys over there. Daniel, can you go and get? Oh, you can't get them, can you? Nadia, can you get the Dutch guys? Yeah. We have some really cool Dutch fans, Nikki. You're going to love them. I bumped into them yesterday on Eurovision Street. And guess what? I saw them last year in Malmo as well. Do you remember last year with the whole Dutch act, Just Klein and all of that debacle where he got kicked out of the show? We saw them. They were so upset and disappointed. This year, they're so super excited because their man had a really good chance. The song C'est la vie is one of the favourites, and I think if we can get them over here in a second, we can talk to them.
Mariam, you're wearing your green jacket, and if my memory serves me correct, is that your lucky Eurovision jacket that you got in Liverpool?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not, because the lucky Eurovision jacket in Liverpool, it no longer fits me because I've lost like 3 stones since last year. So I had to buy a whole new wardrobe, Nikki. I can't even wear that jacket. I'm swamped in it now. So I've had to like park a lot of my wardrobe and, you know, just go and buy myself new outfits. But look, this is a different kind of lucky green. Basically. So yeah, it's not that one.
What has the atmosphere been like there? Because I remember, if we look back to Liverpool, it was amazing when the United Kingdom hosted it on behalf of Ukraine. And then we were in Malmo last year, and now we're in Basel. You mentioned Eurovision Street. I assume the city has gone to town on Eurovision.
Yeah, it has. You know, Malmo was a very different vibe. The arena was in a different kind of location. There was a tiny little square outside the arena where fans were kind of penned in, and there was a snaking queue, and they went in. There wasn't a lot of opportunity to vibe in a space, you know, and the fans area was quite far away from the arena in Malmo, and it wasn't really that fun. Whereas here in Basel, I have to say the atmosphere has been amazing. There have been art installations, there have been music concerts. Yesterday I was walking towards the main square in Basel, and they were giving out free popcorn. There were people sitting on the streets, dancing, singing. Eurovision Street is that street that runs along the main square in Basel. Every single shop has got posters out saying that they support Eurovision. There are people sitting in bars, pubs and restaurants draped in their national flag. And everyone has this kind of real feeling of camaraderie, of unity. It's giving me Liverpool vibes, Nikki.
Okay, are the Dutch fans anywhere near you yet?
Nadia, how's it going?
While Nadia is getting them, let me read out some of the messages that we're getting.
They're on Spanish TV. They're on Spanish TV. That's the problem.
Okay, we'll be back with you. Let me read out some of the messages that we are getting, because lots of people are holding watching parties and different things. Don't forget, you can WhatsApp us on +44 7756 165 803 if you want to mention. Hello Eurovision, my name is Leo and I'm sitting on the sofa with my mum who's prepared a million snacks. We're watching live and I'm hoping Ireland wins. Well, unfortunately, Leo, let me disappoint you because Ireland can't win this time because they didn't make it through the semi-finals. So you may have to choose another country to hope that they win. Meanwhile, Jacob, Lottie, Emma and Pablo from Muswell Hill, they have messaged to say we love Eurovision so much. This is Pablo's first Eurovision. He's very excited and he can't stop singing Portugal's song. So those are a couple of the messages that we have had in. How are you celebrating? Do let us know. +44 7756 165 803, or if you are watching on TikTok, you can leave a message on TikTok and we will pick it up. Now, we have mentioned that there are watching parties going on. Let's head to one of those. That is taking place in North London, and my colleagues Ben and Lola are there. What is the atmosphere like? I can see all the flags are out, guys.
Yeah, hi Nikki, it's Lola here.
Hi, I'm Ben.
And we are in East London, in the East End of London, where a watch party is happening. Now, you can say, you said you see all the flags. We are surrounded by many European countries' flags, and I'm here with Ben, who is a bit of a Eurovision specialist. So Ben, I want to ask you, why is it so important to have watch parties? Why do people have watch parties for Eurovision? Is it a sense of unity that the contest brings?
I think it is an event, and it's one of those big events that people love. I mean, we've also had the FA Cup today here in the UK. I'm sure people will have been watching that as well. And when that kind of happens, you just want to get together, have a watch party yourself, go to a pub. I mean, on the way over here, just pub gardens are full, people are out, people are enjoying the sunshine. And Eurovision is just something that you can get together, enjoy, have a bit of fun, listen to some really good music as well. I think sometimes people that aren't familiar with the contest forget that there are some really, really talented musicians on display. And there's some great songs this year. I'm looking forward to it.
Most definitely. Now, we've been hearing from Mariam, from Daniel, from Nikki. Just, the vibe this year, the atmosphere is different. As someone who kind of follows Eurovision very closely, what is special about Eurovision this year and why will people be coming together?
I think the atmosphere's just been a bit... Last year there was a lot going on. Mariam's already touched on some of the controversy. I think this year has been a lot more uplifting. The focus has been on the music, on the acts, on the fun. And there's a lot of fun acts. I mean, Sweden, the favourites, they're kind of a novelty act, but it's also a really good song. There's a lot like that. We've already had Estonia referenced. I mean, it's going to be a great contest and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, let's hand back to you, Nikki, and as soon as we get this place busy and vibey, you can come straight back to us.
Yep, I'm sure there'll be a few drinks that are drunk there. Thank you very much to Lola and Ben. Now, a little earlier, I just want to play you something that Mariam caught up with some Spanish fans. Take a look at this.
Melody! Ganar a España esta noche!
Yeah! We love Melody!
We love Melody.
Yeah.
So how do you feel, guys? Obviously very happy.
Well, of course, she's a great singer, she's a great performance, so I think she's gonna do it very well tonight, and she deserves a very good position tonight.
I love her energy, I love her vibe. It's so much to do with kind of everything that Eurovision is wonderful about.
Yeah, so I think she will do it great tonight, so she deserves a very good position tonight. I hope that everyone will vote for her, so Europe, please vote
sing,
Melody.
Let's sing.
Number 6. Valiente, poderosa, su vida es un jardín lleno de espinas y rosas, es un que bailando.
Mariam, I loved you with the Spanish fans. You've got more fans with you there. Are you going to do some more singing for me?
I do. I've got Spanish fans. I've got more Spanish fans. I've got a Spanish fan. Wait, he's gone off to do a selfie. Hold on, let's do a selfie.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. Right, what's your name, my darling?
My name is Ulises.
And you are, turn around, show everyone, you've got the Spain flag, so you are esta diva, right?
Yes.
But come here, explain to the audience, why do you have all of these flags around you?
Because I love Europe, I love music, I love people.
So you basically want everyone to win, or you have a specific favourite? Hey
Maybe,
guys, come and say hi.
Yes, come here.
Come and say hi, come.
Hi!
12 points!
to Spain.
12 points to Spain.
10 points or 12?
12 points to Spain. We deserve it.
Is Esa Diva going to be
the winner?
Is she going to be the winner?
One of the best ones. Sure. The best vocals, the best performance, and the best song, of course.
Yeah. She's the best. Do you know the song? Can you sing it a little bit?
Yes.
Una diva es valiente, poderosa, su vida es un jardín lleno de espinas y rosas, resurge bailando, con más fuerza que un huracán. Ya verán, esta diva soy yo.
Thank you so much. I want to just point out one thing. Thank you so much, guys. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Where's the UK flag, my friend?
I don't know. Maybe
You're on the BBC. Where's the UK flag?
maybe around here.
I'm Nikki. I don't
in
know
my
what
heart.
to do about this.
In my heart.
I don't know. Oh, we have some more Spanish flags.
Hello,
Such a strong support. Such a strong...
Germany, Deutschland wird gewinnen, 100%. Wir gehen mit krasser Motivation rein.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know what he said, but I hope it was clean. I hope it was clean. Nikki, back to you.
Yes, apologies if it wasn't. Barry, we'll be back to you a little later. A bit of a karaoke going on there. There is certainly a karaoke going on elsewhere in Basel. You may have seen that there are a lot of trams that whiz around the city. And my colleague Charlotte Gallagher, who has been there all week, is on a tram that is a karaoke tram. Charlotte, where are you? What are you doing?
Well, I am exactly what you say I am doing, Nikki. I am on a karaoke tram which is driving around Basel. We are belting out the Eurovision bangers. People are here for a good time. We've got the DJ at the back there spinning some tunes. I'm wearing the tram driver's hat, but do not worry, there is another driver keeping everyone safe. Toot toot. Ladies, hello. Delighted to see you. And you're from Basel, aren't you?
They're from Portugal.
You're from Portugal?
Yes. They're from Basel.
You're from Basel.
Yeah.
Portugal.
Sorry?
How do you think you do at Eurovision tonight?
I love the song. It gives me goosebumps every time I hear it. So I'm very, very excited for it. So I hope for the best, really.
I think you're going to do well. The lovely ladies from Basel.
Yeah.
How is it having Eurovision in town?
Sorry?
What's it like having Eurovision here?
It's amazing. Like we want it. We want you every year. Come back every year, please.
I will come back here. I am loving Basel. Maybe you would win again and it could come back here. How would you feel if it came back to Basel? Another amazing party, do you think?
I mean, we're a party city anyway. So, yeah, we know how to party. You're welcome to come back anytime.
And what are you going to sing on the karaoke tram? That's very important. What are you singing on the tram? What song are you going to sing?
Well, I think we're gonna go for Nemo, the coach, the Swiss song from last year. She's a pretty good singer, so I hope she goes the high. She does the high.
Can you get the high notes? That's it.
It's never going to be as good as Nemo, but, you know, we need to represent the Swiss people. So.
And our lovely lady from Portugal, what are you going to be singing tonight?
Sorry?
What are you going to be singing tonight?
Me?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be singing Conquistador. It's a very old song from Portugal, so. Yeah, we can sing it together. That'll be amazing. That'll be amazing. We can pair up and make the most of it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. With so many fans in here. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Where are you from?
Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Would you like Brazil to be in the Eurovision Song
It would be
Contest?
my dream Brazil being in Eurovision song.
You could. Australia are in it. You could be in it.
I would love to sing.
Yeah.
Let's say I don't know song of this year to be
I
honest.
think Brazil would bring the party to Eurovision.
Yeah, it would be something really party, really carnival.
Yes.
I love it.
Who are you supporting tonight?
Oh, tonight Switzerland, of course.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Can you sing a bit of Nemo? Do you know?
I can't sing.
Oh.
I definitely can sing.
Are you not going to sing on the tram?
I'm gonna try.
Are you going to maybe have a few drinks first and then maybe get the glitter on?
I think.
I tell you what, I'll lend you my tram driving hat. How about that?
That's a great.
I'll lend you. I'm going to hold you that for a duet. Mariam, we're having a lot of fun here on the tram, and I think I might try a bit of a sing-song later myself. My tram driving hat.
I look forward to it, and I am loving your hat, Charlotte. We'll be back to the karaoke tram after we've been back to Mariam, who is outside the stadium. Mariam, it was certainly fun with Charlotte. What's going on with you?
I mean, why do I not get a nice hat like Charlotte Gallagher does? She always has all the gear, all the gear. I've got some more fans here. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
So, obviously, United Kingdom.
Here we go.
Douze Points.
Obviously.
Is it going to be Douze Points tonight for us, for our girls?
Maybe.
Great singers. They are great
amazing
singers. Great singers.
They are great singers. And where are you supporting?
I'm from Poland.
Poland.
I'm from Poland.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic.
But I like it in English.
Thank you. And how about...
I'm British, but yeah, maybe not as British as
Have you had a lot of reaction to this amazing outfit?
I can't get to the venue.
He always does every
It's
year.
every TV station in the world stopping you going, can we do an interview with me, please? And Ich komme, that's the Finnish song. Where'd you get that T-shirt from? I love it.
Oh, I just bought that online, but yeah, I'm not actually finished.
I just bought it online. I'm not finished. I'm just like, fantastic.
I'm supporting Ireland, but they're not in the final, so.
We've had the awkward Ireland conversation a few times now. You're all extremely. I'm wearing green in mourning for Ireland.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to move you guys out of the way.
Yeah,
Thank you. Enjoy the show. Where are you watching it? Anywhere nice? Oh, honestly. And look, Nikki, I found my Dutch guys. Hey, guys! Hello.
How are you guys?
I keep bumping into you guys everywhere, unsurprisingly, obviously, because you're kind of dressed like that, and I can see you from 50 miles away.
Really?
I saw you all the way from Germany. Yeah, I saw you. Totally. So, guys, how's it going? The Netherlands, good vibes this year compared to last year, let's be honest. This time last year wasn't great, was it? No. We were like, top news was Joost Klein, he was kicked out.
Yeah.
Has the Netherlands recovered from that shock?
I guess so. It's much better than last year because the whole Netherlands was sort of in shock at that time.
Yeah.
But we have a very different vibe now. We have a very good singer. We think so.
Yeah.
And the song is nice. The staging is nice, and the crowd goes mad if he sings.
They love the song. It's a brilliant song. Shall I move that a little bit closer? Shall I move it closer? Or? Yeah, I'm just going to move it a bit closer so that everyone can hear your lovely voices. There you go.
You don't expect us to sing again, right?
I'm always expecting you guys to sing, okay? This is the price you pay for being on BBC News. It's a song. You know, I can't ask for money because I'm a BBC journalist.
Yeah.
Give me 10 euros later. Okay. But what you can do is sing C'est la vie, right? You've got it on your T-shirts. Let's go.
We shoot.
1, 2, 3.
C'est la vie, c'est la vie. La 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 vie.
Guys, I've got to be honest, you started very weak there.
Sloan is doing better tonight.
Auntie Mariam says it was 10 points. The 10 points can't be happened because you started off weak, but you ended strong.
That's good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Are you watching it inside there?
Inside there.
We don't know where.
Okay, well listen, maybe you can join us later. We're at a loss as where to go. Right, Daniel, come back in, Daniel. Where are we watching it? Where are we watching it?
Where am I watching it?
Yeah, where are we watching it together?
We're not watching it together. I have a ticket for the show.
Oh.
Sorry about that. I can
Hello,
hear
BBC management. BBC management. How is this fair? Oh wait, you're not BBC anymore,
I've not got it through the BBC. I've got it through other connections.
Oh, other connections.
Other connections.
Other connections.
You know, it was actually harder getting a Eurovision ticket to the live final than it is getting Oasis tickets. And I was
I didn't get those either.
I was on that.
And I didn't get
all
Taylor
day.
Swift. And I didn't get anyone else. And
But this is only going to be the second time that I've actually been inside the arena for the live show. The first time being in Liverpool in 2023.
I remember Liverpool, because I interviewed you. You're wearing your tuxedo.
I was. I don't know my
What's happened to the tuxedo?
It's too hot. Who knew that the Switzerland was
We have
warm?
to be smart. We're representing, aren't we?
Well, I feel so lucky to be able to be inside today because there's only going to be 6,500 people inside the arena. I have seen some of the rehearsals, but I was like, do I want to be in the rehearsals because it's spoiling it for me? But we are promised a fantastic show.
Now, Nikki, I know that you always dress very smartly. I see you around the newsroom. I've got my eye on you. What do we think about Daniel Rosny's outfit for the evening? Is this worthy of a ticket? Or should I take his ticket off him and go instead? Because I'm wearing a nice smart jacket.
So, if I was being honest, I'd take his ticket and run, Mariam.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. There you go. What can I say? What can I say?
Too harsh.
You
Too
mentioned
harsh.
the
but,
Dutch.
there'll be harsher comments tonight.
You mentioned the Dutch act, Claude, and of course a lot of Eurovision is down to the staging, and I've been really impressed by the staging this year. And Claude in particular, he looks just directly into the camera, and it's one single camera shot. And I know, Daniel, you've probably been looking at all of that staging, and I'm wondering whether you think that works for the TV audience at home versus the audience that are there in the stadium.
This is a really great question, Nikki, because sometimes when you're inside the arena and you're watching the performances, you can't actually see the artists because they're surrounded by a camera crew. But when you're watching at home on TV, you get a much more intimate experience. Now, the technology of this year's Eurovision Song Contest is amazing. You've got people using these LED lights in ways that I've never seen before in the Song Contest. Saying that, I think one of the victims of staging this year is going to be the United Kingdom.
Oh, go on. Why?
I think that there is so much more clever, creative productions on stage. And for the United Kingdom, I mean, we heard it from the British fans. If it was a singing contest, douze points. But it's a song contest, and I think there are much better songs in the competition. And also, there are much better performed productions. Take Poland, for instance. She goes up in the air, and she has to come down, and then she runs along. And I'm spoiling it for a few people. Finland finishes her song on top of a microphone that has fireworks coming off the end.
Is that as impressive inside?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. And actually, the only time that I've seen Finland perform inside was during one of the rehearsals. She didn't make it in time to get onto the microphone.
Oh.
So there is
Has
some...
that been ironed out, do you think, that
Well,
problem?
there is some technical difficulties going on, because the thing that blows my mind is that 160 million people watch this. We can't emphasize this enough. It's the biggest entertainment show in the world. But they only began rehearsing for it yesterday because they didn't know who was in the final, so they can't rehearse all of the intricacies of...
It's pretty unbelievable.
It's less than 45 seconds in between each song. It's amazing what goes on. So over the past 24 hours, they've been rehearsing and rehearsing and rehearsing, to the point where I think some of the artists are bored of singing the same song.
Well, they will be by the end of it, right? And then afterwards they have to sing them all over again, don't they? Daniel, thank you so much. Nikki, what do you think about the staging generally? I think this year is unbelievably amazing. The way that they've done the stage, like a TV screen behind the acts, I just think it's magical.
It is amazing. I have to tend to agree with Daniel, though. I don't think the staging is very good for the United Kingdom's act. And I hate to say it, but there is better staging. We'll be back with you shortly, Marion, because I want to talk to someone who predicted last year's winner correctly using, well, sort of artificial intelligence and other things. Kasia Adamska is a PhD student and joins us now. Kasia, you correctly predicted that Switzerland would win last year. How did you do it?
Yeah, that's right. I've used machine learning models to predict that, and the data that I incorporated into this included a range of audio characteristics and music representations, as well as lyrics features, the running order of performances, of course, historical voting patterns, and finally some YouTube analytics metrics. So
you correctly did it last year. What about this year? Who do you think is going to win, and why do you think they're going to win?
So my model predicted Netherlands, but I am not so sure. I think the competition is fierce. It's going to be really hard to get that top 10. What I can tell you, what the model has predicted, is that for some countries, it does align with the odds. For example, Sweden, Austria, Netherlands, Estonia, Israel, France, and Albania. So it's interesting to see where, it's not aligned with the odds. So for example, Malta, Spain or Poland could potentially break into that top 10 thanks to the public vote. And some other insights. I've additionally trained two models that also predict the public vote and the jury vote separately, rather than the model to predict the overall results. So that also showed me that Sweden, Estonia, Finland will lead the public vote, and Switzerland, Portugal and Ukraine, as well as, of course, Austria and Netherlands, will be very strong with the juries.
That is interesting because we do know that there is a difference between the jury vote and the public vote. What sort of things do you look at when you get your model to train to try and predict the result? Do you look at previous years? Do you look at things like YouTube videos? How do you get the model to work?
So I look at the previous years, especially since 2008. It's because this is the year when the current format of the contest started. So one important thing that I incorporate is really accounting for the format of the contest with the semi-finals and the final, and making sure that the data and the models are trained specifically on those songs that competed in these events. Because, you know, all songs never really compete against each other. So that has to be really nicely set up to create a well-rounded method. And yeah, and also when I compared the predictions of the jury and the public, I did pay more attention to, for example, data that represented audio and music when it comes to the juries, and the YouTube features, for example, the daily views. There's also replayability, as well as likes and comments. So that I would have looked at looking at the public vote predictions as well.
Kasia, fascinating stuff. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. We've been asking for your messages and we've got a lot coming in. So I just want to whiz through a few of you who are watching. We'll show you some of the pictures from outside the stadium in Basel while I read some of these messages out. John and Genevieve from Erskine in Scotland can't wait for the final. Genevieve has been obsessed with Eurovision this year. They think Sweden have it, but don't write off the Netherlands. Miss Rainbow from Bedford, who is a teacher, hence why she's called Miss Rainbow. She says, I taught a Eurovision lesson to my year 6s yesterday. Quite a few came up to me afterwards and said that they are definitely going to watch it. In our own version of Eurovision, Sweden came first with Armenia a respectable second. Ryan from Norfolk has messaged us saying, huge fan of Eurovision. I normally start work early on a Sunday morning. I've booked the day off work as holiday so I can enjoy Eurovision this evening. Ryan, that is a very good thing to have done. Finally, for the moment, the Mudd family in County Durham have messaged. They say, we always watch Eurovision as an annual event. We do our own voting. Looking forward to the extravagance and, of course, the wonderful Graham Norton. Have a great evening. Yes, of course, Graham will be commentating, as he always does, on BBC One. Of course, those of us who are old enough will remember the great Terry Wogan, who did it as well. And I think it's song number 9 that we normally raise a glass to Terry Wogan. Do keep your messages coming in. You have still got about 35 minutes to get to us. The WhatsApp number +44 7756 165 803, and if you are watching on TikTok, you can leave a message for us there and we will pick it up. As I said, lots of parties we've heard from people are going on. Let's head back to the one that we are at in London with Lola and Ben. How is it going, guys?
Hi Nikki, yes, here we are in East London in the Tina We Salute You bar, and we are joined by some Eurovision fans. Do you want to give the flags away? We're joined by Colette, Jared, Jenny and Carla, a group of friends who've decided to come and watch Eurovision together. So let's start with you, Colette. What is it about Eurovision that makes you want to get all your friends together and watch it together?
I think it's just a wonderful atmosphere. You can have a laugh, you can sing along, you can just be silly and have a great time.
Brilliant. Ben, what do you want to know?
Well, I mean, I was just chatting to you before we came, and I mean, Jared, you're not a super fan, but you're up for the vibes.
Up for the vibes, happy to drink, happy to cheer as well, so I can't go wrong.
And you've been trying to follow it on TikTok, which
Trying to follow it on TikTok when I get a chance, when the algorithm lets me.
Nice.
As well.
And what about favourites? You're just here for the vibes.
Here for the vibes, I'm going to say, off the bat, Switzerland for last year.
Yeah, you want to get Switzerland double winners?
Yeah, double win.
Colette, you're...
I'm also a big Switzerland fan, but the UK, I really like their vibe. It's a very sort of pop musical version this year, and I'm here for it.
Nice. Do you think we're going in the right direction with Eurovision then?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong. Anything that gets people moving and their heads bopping, you're here for it.
And what about kind of like the message that Eurovision brings of like unity and bringing people together? Obviously, you've brought your friends together. Why is that special to you? Is that special to you?
It's definitely special. I mean, in such a busy world at the moment, anytime you can get your friends together and celebrate something positive, how can you go wrong with that?
And is there, obviously, I think you've said that you're not particularly a fan, but aside from Switzerland and the UK, are there any like countries, even just the name of the country that you like, that you might be keeping an eye out for, Jared?
Greece.
Oh, Jenny,
Greece.
Why? Why Greece?
We love the Greek one. Yeah.
Okay, tell me why you like the Greek one.
It's very beautiful.
Why is it very beautiful, Jenny? What about it?
Very traditional and old-fashioned, but very pretty.
So are you one of those kind of people that kind of watches the semi-finals as well as the final, or do you like to kind of like watch it on YouTube?
Yeah, just catch little bits here and there, yeah.
Nice. Ben, anything else?
Have we got an Italian in the background as well?
We do!
It's a big deal in Italy, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say I would be probably rooting. I quite like the energy of the singers. Of course, I'm gonna hope, however it goes, I'm sure that the best singer and performer will win, but I'm quite excited to see also the Italian performance, definitely.
Nice, and I can see a drink back there. What are we thinking drink-wise tonight, guys? What are we going for? You start, Jared. What's your choice?
Moretti.
Nice.
I'm going
Other
for a
beers
fruity
are
cocktail.
available.
Food, yes, other drinks are always available. What about you, Jenny?
Yeah, I've got a lager.
I have a Campari Spritz.
Brilliant. Well, look, Nikki, this place is only going to get busier and busier as we head to the countdown and to the final, and hopefully you guys will have a brilliant night. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks to Lola and Ben there at the watching party in London. Let us head back to Basel, and my colleague who's been there all week, Charlotte Gallagher, she is on board a karaoke tram. Charlotte, it sounds crazy, it looks crazy. What's going on?
I am on the karaoke tram, Nikki, that is making its way through Basel. It's full of people that want to have a good time. You are really unlucky, actually, because about 5 minutes ago, myself and my colleague Jessica were belting out May Muller's entry for the United Kingdom a few years ago, and as you can imagine, that was pretty special. In fact, people said if we were representing the UK, maybe we'd win. I mean, that's what the vibes were on this tram. It is really good fun. Mi amore, por favore, espresso macchiato, Estonia's entry for this year is being sung by two friends we've met just on this tram. One's from Switzerland, one's from Britain, and they're going to have a good sing-song now. Should we try and speak to people? I know it's quite loud and you're struggling to hear me, but let's have a quick chat. How are you? You're good. Are you going to sing? What did you sing?
Sora.
Sora.
Oh, Spanish.
Are you enjoying
Quite a lot.
Eurovision here?
Yes.
Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Spain, south of Spain.
Do you think Spain could win it this year?
Absolutely.
Oh, I would love a party
Trust in Spain.
España.
España. Ole.
Fantastic. Ole. Fantastic. Have a lovely night. Have a lovely night. People are enjoying the tram so much, Nikki. I really wish you and Mariam were here with me and Lola, because I think we'd have the most amazing night. I'm still waiting for another big number. It's between ABBA or Loreen or Nemo. If I can hit those high notes, I'm going to go for Nemo's entry from last year. Fingers crossed I don't break the windows with my singing voice.
Charlotte, I know you have been there all week, and I can see that you're having fun tonight. It has really been an amazing Eurovision in the run-up to Basel. Have done it amazingly well, haven't they?
They really have, Nikki. I've never been to Basel before. We arrived here on Tuesday, so I had no idea what it was going to be like. But they have really put on a huge party. They apparently really wanted to host Eurovision. They were seen as one of the underdogs actually to get the bid. They bid hard and they won it, and it's been a huge party here in Basel. Me and Marion have been having such a good time. So many buildings are decorated. There is Eurovision Street. There is Eurovision Square. We have met people from right across Europe and across the world. Of course, we met someone from Brazil a few hours ago, Americans, Australians, all of the world is here, and it is a really incredible atmosphere. That's what I say. If you've never been to Eurovision before, it is basically just a huge, big, joyful party. And where else at work would I have the chance to wear sequins, a tram driver's hat, and sing karaoke on a tram? I wish you were here, Nikki. I really do.
I wish I was there. Charlotte, we'll be back to you very shortly on the karaoke tram. The song that they were singing was Espresso Macchiato. And Mariam, you have been chatting earlier this week to Tommy Cash, who performs.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I spoke to Tommy. I spoke to the Estonian act, and yeah, he was brilliant. He was lovely. He was so much fun. But listen, brilliant, lovely, and so much fun is how I can describe my next guest. Welcome to BBC News, everyone. Keith, Mira, and Brian, and little Laika. So let's start with you, Keith. You've come all the way from
Belfast.
Yeah. And who are you supporting?
I'm supporting everyone tonight.
Who is everyone?
I'm just here for the party.
You're here for the party. Yeah. And how much does Eurovision mean to you?
Oh, well, this must be my 14th year going. And it's just meeting the people. We meet different people every year and we build up a wee nest of friends all over Europe. And that's what makes it so much fun.
And have you got tickets?
Yes.
You're going to go and sit down inside?
Yes.
Lucky you. You're my best friend, Keith. Did I tell you that? Who is this guy with you?
You can have my ticket.
Yeah,
I'll go in here instead.
You can go to McDonald's with Nadia.
Oh,
how does that, Nadia, what do you think? You can go to McDonald's and... No, maybe not. Okay. Mira, thank you for your patience. I know you want to get into the arena. You have the Swedish flag, beautiful, draped across your back, and also the Polish flag on your cheeks.
Yes.
Tell me the story.
Well, my mom is from Poland and I come from Sweden, and there has to be a balance between Poland and Sweden, because otherwise she will get very angry with me, you know?
Oh,
so
no.
that's why, yes.
You were telling me just a second ago about Sweden and how they feel about potentially getting Eurovision back again for next year. Happy?
Many people are happy. Some people say it's too costly for Sweden to win again. But some people say, what the heck, let's have Eurovision once again.
Yeah. Okay, well, listen, thank you to all of you for joining me. I appreciate your patience, especially you guys. Go inside the arena before I steal your tickets.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Daniel, come back in here.
Bye-bye.
Daniel Rosny, Eurovision expert, friend to the programme, also ticket holder and all-round lovely guy. What's your McDonald's choice if you're going to eat it?
I have had a McDonald's in Basel, actually. I think it's the first meal I had when I got here.
Are you a filet of fish or a Big Mac?
Oh, I'm a Big Mac kind of guy.
Are the burgers also available, by the way?
I just want to say on where I want to be next year. Somewhere cheap.
In KFC?
Somewhere cheap.
Oh, okay. Does that exist anymore?
Well, Switzerland is an expensive country. My McDonald's order, other burgers are available, was expensive.
Other burgers are available.
But like we just heard from our guest from Sweden, that Sweden has hosted Eurovision a lot recently. This is the first time since 1989 that Eurovision is in Switzerland, and that's why we've got this vibe here, because it feels like something that the whole world, the whole continent of Europe is excited about, is in the city of Basel. And I think for the Swedes, they love Eurovision and they always send consistently good acts. But we've been to Sweden about 4 times in the past 11, 12 years.
That is true, that is true.
And I think it's nice when you go to different parts of Europe and they get to put on the production, because let's not forget it is a broadcasting competition, so the actual prize is the broadcaster. So we get to see the different broadcasters across Europe and their take on what a music show should be, or a music festival, which is what it's turning into, because there's 35,000 people in the stadium watching it at our watch party and 6,500 in there. So it is now a huge cultural event, I think.
Australia obviously not in it, a travesty, love the Milkshake Man, but were they to win one day, where would it then be held at that point, Daniel?
So the thinking is, if Australia were to win, it would go to one of the big 5 countries. Now those countries are the United Kingdom, France, Italy, Spain, Germany. The reason they're called the big 5 is because they're the 5 countries that automatically qualify for the final. Now I've got a pink wristband on, you might have seen it, and it's Euro Club, which is the nightclub of Eurovision. I went there last night,
Daniel!
and Gojo, who's the Australian act, he performed there last night.
And what was it like?
Well, he came on a bit late. It was about 2:45. I'm not entirely sure that there were live vocals in his performance.
Oh, bless. Okay, Daniel. Well, thank you for your honesty. Thank you very much, Daniel Rosny. So there you go, Nikki, the assessment of the Australian act. And also lots of fans, actually, like lovely Keith from Belfast, who have come here just for the vibes. They're not supporting a particular country. They just want to kind of get on with having fun.
Yeah, Mariam, we'll be back to you very shortly. We're going to stick with the Australia theme. As you mentioned, sadly, their act didn't make it past the semi-finals. And Daniel, they're casting aspersions on whether Gojo actually was singing live last night at 2:45 in the morning, or should I say the early hours. But let's go live to Australia now, and we can talk to Hayley Bessel, who is from Aussie Vision. Hayley, what time is it with you, first of all?
It's 4:30 a.m.
So why are you awake at 4:30 in the morning?
To be honest, I couldn't sleep. I was so excited. You know, this is like our Christmas, so I've been awake pretty much all night.
So just explain what Aussie Vision is.
Aussie Vision is, I guess, an Australian content creator for Eurovision. It's run by 21 people. Our passion is Eurovision in Australia. So we look at Eurovision through an Australian lens, I guess. But we've got 2 people on the ground this year. I was working on the ground last year in Malmo, 4 of us. So in addition to the 2 people there, there's a stack of us working here to, you know, keep the Australian Eurovision fan community up to date with information.
And how did you feel when you didn't make it through this year?
Oh, absolutely shocked. I don't think I've been more shocked in my life. We thought this was a shoo-in. You know, Gojo had been rocking the pre-parties. He's so charismatic. The staging was great. It's a fun song. So when we weren't announced, we were just shell-shocked.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realise that the acts do a lot of work travelling to a lot of the countries to try and build up the fan base.
Yeah, that's right. And Gojo had been working really, really hard and doing really good social media. He'd been travelling to other countries and sort of, you know, forming friendship with other artists beforehand. So we thought all the ingredients were in place. So when he didn't qualify, we were all just so shocked.
Yeah, I have to say, when I was watching, I was a bit shocked because I thought he had everything that you might need to make it through at least to the final. Lots of people will go who may not know, why is Australia in the Eurovision Song Contest? Because we know it's not in Europe.
Yeah, well, sometimes we wish we were. Look, Australia's been in for 10 years now, but Australia SBS has been part of the EBU now for 42 years. So we've been watching it for a long, long time. A lot of Australians also have, you know, maybe migrant parents that have watched it when they were children back wherever they came from. So it's quite common to hear people's stories about watching it as they were little. I started watching it 25 years ago just by chance, happened to walk past the television because we have the replay on the Sunday night as well. So I guess we get the double whammy. So I'm going to a Eurovision party tonight as well. So, you know, watching it then and then sort of you start forming the habit of getting up at 5 a.m. on the Sunday morning to watch the grand final. And it's like a snowballing effect. You just love it. And it then becomes an obsession. And then you end up going.
And how many times have you been?
I've been to the last 3 and I'm planning to go next year if Finland wins.
So what is it about Eurovision that you love so much?
That's a good question. That's really hard to put. Look, I love European countries. I've loved music since I was a child. I love the campness of it. I've made some incredible friends through this experience, dressing up for it, but you know, following it each year. For us, this really starts 6 months before the contest because, you know, many of the countries like Sweden, for instance, have their own, I guess, mini Eurovisions and they choose their own song. So there's hundreds of songs that we listen to before we get to, you know, the big event. So it's just listening to many different songs from around the world. We all form our sort of favourites, countries that we prefer music from. I'm a big Moldova fan. I love Ukraine, Lithuania. They're sort of the countries I like, whereas many people might like, you know, like Italian songs or whatnot. So it's just good culture. Australians love to travel, and a lot of us use Eurovision as our reason to travel overseas each year.
And what about the TV show? So over here we have Graham Norton who commentates, and before that we had the amazing Terry Wogan. Do you have the same sort of commentators each year, and what are they like, and do they get into it?
Well, we have, so we had Miff and Joel up until last year, and this year they've been replaced by Courtney Act, who you may actually know as well. She's a very famous drag queen in Australia, as well as a Tony Armstrong, who's actually a former AFL player, but is now a sports presentator. So it's their first time and they're absolutely smashing it. They're doing so well.
Well, enjoy it. We're about 20 minutes away, so you better get the coffee out and keep going past that 5 a.m. start. Thank you, Hayley, for joining us live from Australia. One Eurovision fan down under, but there are plenty of Eurovision fans at our watching party in London. Let's head back to Lola and Ben. Hi, guys.
Hi, Nikki, and yes, we are joined here at the watch party with some Eurovision fans. Introduce yourself.
Matthew.
From?
Malta.
Yay! And
John.
from?
Newcastle.
All right.
European country of Newcastle.
Yeah, exactly. Show me this top.
This is of our interpretation of Remember Mondays, What the Hell Just Happened. It's all about the woman getting up the next day, having had a great time and figuring out from what she's doing.
What the hell happened? Do you want to give us a quick rendition? Have you been, is your vocals ready?
No,
not yet. Later?
Maybe later after
Okay.
I love these t-shirts though. I mean, Matthew is being very careful because
I can only show the serving.
Malta's,
the rest will leave it up to you, right?
Malta's song is great, but the lyrics have been slightly changed for the safety of
They have.
television.
They have.
And you've got this is the Estonia.
Yeah, no espresso. Love it.
So basically we have made our short list and created t-shirts for 5 of them. Unfortunately, one of them didn't get through from the semi-finals, which is the Australian entry, unfortunately.
They were my favourites as well. I mean, plenty of good songs in Eurovision. We don't have favourites,
And
but I was
we
gutted
just
when they didn't
spoke
get
to an
through.
Australian as well who sounded pretty gutted that they weren't through either. What do you think it was about that song that didn't quite hit the
I actually have
mark?
a theory. I think a lot of people just assumed that song was going to go through
Yeah.
because it was popular and not enough people ended up voting for it. That is my theory because it's just such a oddity that didn't get through, right? It's got everything you need for Eurovision, like what an opener as well.
It's
right?
great. It's a great
doing it in
song.
Sydney as well.
Song, yeah.
If they won.
Eurovision in Sydney.
That would be random, but yeah.
It's the most Eurovision
Have a
thing
day
ever.
party.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And you're wearing the espresso macchiato top.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a bit about why you like that song?
It's all about existing in two worlds, sort of wanting a high life, but also seeing what's going on out there. And I love coffee too, so why not? And if you've got
Brilliant.
espresso, you're not stressed.
Brilliant. Well, our media and arts correspondent actually spoke to Remember Mondays. So I think let's just say together, what the hell just happened?
We actually prefer the crowd there. We give it, we always, in rehearsals when there's no crowd, we're at like 60%. And then as soon as the crowd's there, we're up at the 100. Yeah. We love the crowd. We love it.
Yeah.
We said today, didn't we? We were like, let's just keep a lid on it. Like, let's not, just for this rehearsal.
Pace ourselves.
Literally all came off and we all went full out, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did. Yeah, we did.
You
Can't
help
it. It's so much fun.
Adrenaline, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah, we love it.
Met you all at the Eurovision party in London.
Yes.
And you were just getting used to it then.
Oh.
And since then?
I don't think we're used to it
No,
yet.
we're
I don't think it will
definitely
ever feel normal, to be honest. This is all so surreal and
Yeah.
just beyond anything we could have imagined, to be honest. So we are really trying to just soak it all in.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's so overwhelming in an amazing way.
Yeah. We don't want it to end.
Would I be right in thinking there's a little homage to maybe a previous UK winner with the skirts?
Possibly.
Who do you mean there? Perhaps.
Yes.
Yes, there is.
Looking forward to Saturday night.
Oh, God.
What are your thoughts at the moment?
What are our thoughts? Do as well as we can.
Yeah. There's still so much to do.
Yeah, there's a lot between now and then, and I think the way that we've handled kind of this whole process is take a day at a time, and I think it just, for us, it keeps us present in what we're currently doing, and it also stops us getting too overwhelmed by everything.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I know that's only a few days away, but it feels...
Yeah.
It
We don't want it to
feels-
be close.
No.
Because that means it's over.
You don't want this to be over, do you?
No. We
We
can't
would
express to you how much this has been the most amazing experience of our lives.
And hey, listen, if we do really badly, we're just going to keep coming
gonna
back
come
until
back.
we win. So
we're never leaving.
That's an adage.
That's Remember Monday, who were talking to David Silito earlier in the week. We, of course, in the United Kingdom, wish the very best of luck in Basel tonight with what the hell just happened. But there's some tough competition. The favourite, if you didn't know, is Sweden. Let's take a little listen to the Swedish entry. And I hopefully will come to them very shortly. In the meantime, let me read you some messages that are coming in. Alex, Helen, James and Avery in Glasgow say, we are having a Eurovision watch party tonight in Glasgow. In true Swiss style, we've prepared a huge fondue and are ready to eat our body weight in cheese, rooting for Denmark, Austria, Finland, Malta, Armenia and Albania. That's Alex, Helen, James and Avery in Glasgow. We do now have a taste of that video from the favourites. Take a look.
All bekymmer försvinner strax. Bästa båt för kropp och själ. 4 väggar i träpanel. Ved din vårvärme lika bra. Som tango med Arja Saijonmaa. 1, 2, 3 sauna. Vi ska vara bastu, hångorna på sveppans fressida.
So that is the favourite. That's Kai singing, of course, about a sauna. Will they win? We'll have to wait to see. More messages coming in. Newlyweds Matthew and Olivia are big Eurovision fans. Matthew writes, me and my wife took a break from our honeymoon in Italy to watch both Eurovision semi-finals. Excited to watch the final with some British fans and British tapas back at home tonight. We're behind Finland, they say. George from Northumberland says, I am just so excited. The vibe is off the chain. My dog is picking up on it and running around. I'm so excited. I'm watching at home with my family, having a tea party. You're with BBC News and we are counting down to Eurovision 2025 final. We are now less than quarter of an hour away and Mariam is live in Basel. Mariam.
Nikki, I love your haircut, by the way. I just want to say that before we move on. I like it. It looks nice. You also, at one point, look like you've got bagpuss coming out the back of your head with that pink and red. You know that, right?
Yeah.
It's a good look. I like it. Bagpuss is iconic, as are you. Nikki Schiller, thank you very much. Yes, the atmosphere here is really building up. You can see behind me, most people who want to get in the stadium have done, except one person. There's a straggler here. Daniel
I'll be in a minute. I'll be in a minute.
You got a ticket, my darling.
I know. I'm looking at the queues.
It's your dedication to the BBC.
Wow, there we are. There we are.
Thank you, Daniel.
Well, I'm very lucky to be inside that arena tonight. But one of the things that I'm loving watching is all of the families going in, and it is a family show. And there's so few TV programs now where the whole family can sit down, they can watch all over Europe. And we know there's all of these watch parties that are happening. My cousins are having one, Alana and Erin.
My son and daughter and my husband, yeah.
Exactly. Like, it's amazing to be able to have something that is for everybody. And it's a music competition, so there's a song for everybody in tonight's contest as well.
What are you taking from Basel?
I think that this year it felt like it needed to be a reset for the competition. It is where Eurovision was first held in 1956. We're approaching the 70th year next year. The slogan for Eurovision is United by Music, and I think all week we've seen that music still has the power to bring people together, and it is just wonderful to be here.
Okay, Daniel, I'm going to let you go. Off you go.
I'm going to run in.
You take your earpiece off and everything. So I'm going to let him do that in the background and tell you guys a little bit about someone or a couple of people I spoke to earlier. Remember 2011? Remember when Jedward sang in the Eurovision for Ireland? I'm not sure if you do. It was a good year. They sang Lipstick. They didn't win, but they are an iconic Irish duo, a set of twins. Bye, Daniel. And a little earlier I caught up with them, and listen, a warning to those of you with sensitivities, it was chaotic. What can I say? I'm joined here by two more Eurovision legends from 2011, the Lipstick crew. Jedward.
Thanks for having us. He's John, I'm Edward, and together we are Jedward, and we're still here because of Eurovision. I don't think we'd have a career if it wasn't for Eurovision. Obviously, we started off in the UK and Ireland.
I literally haven't even asked them a question, and they're just going. I love it. I might as well just go. Bye, everyone. Bye.
No, get in here, girl. Get in the middle. They're so polite here. They were taking loads of photos prior to this, but I think Switzerland's absolutely slayed it this
We
year.
got dressed up just for you guys.
We didn't make any bank accounts while we've been here, but the Swiss chocolate's amazing.
Have you had some fondue? That's the key question I have to ask.
I've had cheese, but like the results, you don't want to be farting, so I'd no cheese.
There's nothing wrong with farting after a
There
fondue.
isn't. That's how you know you're in a good relationship.
Yes.
I want to give a
yes.
shout out to Gemma Collins if she's watching. I think she could literally be doing it for the UK next year because she's such a great singer.
Yeah, there's a good
Fantastic.
spirit. It is a
So
great event.
What have you guys been doing this past week?
Raking it in with brand endorsements. We
have been-
performed in Euro Club.
That's where I'm going wrong.
fans.
Oh, you performed.
Singing
Yes.
Eurovision favourites and just getting good morale with all the fans.
We did 2 events, so like literally when you hit that stage, it literally gives you it's like PTSD every time Eurovision comes on because we mentally feel like we're doing it, but we're not. So I feel like the contestants, there's more characters this year. You've got Macchiato from like Estonia.
Who's your favourite? I love espresso macchiato.
I love Sweden. I love
macchiato,
Sweden, and I
macchiato.
love just there's so many songs singing their native language, obviously, but my favourite would have to be Sweden. I feel.
We actually met Kai
And I
on
like
the
the
tube.
UK. The UK is
if you
great.
go onto our TikTok, we literally were on the tube with them on the Central line and we sang their song.
Was it very hot? Did you get sweaty?
Very
It was like a sauna on the Central line.
Yes, it
honestly,
was.
but they're such nice guys. I feel like this year, like obviously Ireland didn't qualify and it's such a downer. I feel like they should have therapy for the contestants.
Ireland. What happened with Ireland?
You're literally wearing the colour of
I know,
green.
I'm
I know.
wearing
I want the best for
green.
Ireland.
In mourning.
And like Australia should have got through as well. I feel
We
like
might have
Milkshake
to
Man.
go back for a third time and absolutely create a spectacle on that stage.
Like sometimes I think it's the moment's gone, but like we'll come back with like an edgy song, like sweaty, giving the vibes.
That is Jedward, who talk faster than me, Marion. But I also want to play viewers this little clip because while you were talking to Jedward, someone who looked very like Jedward turned up. Take a look at this.
Honestly, it means so much to us that you have our hair.
Yes, it's also an honor for me to be on
Strike a
television
pose.
with you.
Strike a pose. Let's get some lipstick going. She's got a lipstick on, here I come, da da dum. She's got a lipstick on, hit and run. Then I'm gonna check my color, don't check my color,
Wait, we have some action behind you. Excuse me, guys. Wait. Look, go.
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
Ireland, yeah.
Finland.
Very awkward. UK.
Albania.
France.
Guys, ooh, just a little bit, ooh, a little bit more, ooh, just a little bit, you know what I'm looking for, ooh, just a little bit, ooh, a little bit more, ooh, just a little bit, give you love you can. Lovely.
So you guys are Finnish supporters.
Yeah, from the UK.
From the UK. So what happened to the UK?
Oh, I want the UK to win, but
You don't look like you want the UK to win. You got Ich komme on your face.
hell just
Oh, Mariam, you did warn us it was chaos with Jedward. No surprise there. It's been a bit chaotic. Should we head back to Charlotte to see what's going on that karaoke bus? Charlotte, come in.
Oh yeah, how bad has it got?
Hello, Nikki. We are having a sing-song to Loreen Tattoo. Of course, she won for Sweden with this amazing song. Just like on me like a tattoo. And another hot favourite song is Espresso Macchiato by Tommy Cash. And I have 2 men here who are going to teach me the dance. Gentlemen, would you teach me the dance? Espresso Macchiato dance. Are you ready? We're gonna give it a go. Hello everybody on TikTok as well, because I know you're enjoying it. I know you're enjoying Eurovision. So hello to you. I'm just gonna hand over my microphone for 1 second. Should we go for it? Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. You're from Britain, aren't you? And you're here in Basel.
I'm a student here.
Are you enjoying Eurovision, being in the city you're living in?
I really am. I've never cared about Eurovision before, but now that it's here, it's like very exciting and big, and it feels important, so I'm taking part in as much as I can.
Have an amazing night, and I want a song later with you. Hold you to that. We are having such a good time on this karaoke tram, as you can probably tell, but my number's still not been called, so I still need to sing Spaceman by Sam Ryder. Fingers crossed I can get it in before the tram leaves, and I've also got to give my hat back.
So, Charlotte, don't go, because we're about 7 minutes away from the final starting. I want your prediction. Who is going to win? You've been there all week. Who is going to win, do you think?
I am going to say Finland, and Erica with Ik Kom. I love that song. It's getting so much love in Basel. I've seen lots of people walking around with Ik Kom t-shirts, balloons, Finnish flags. She's a diva. She's brilliant. I would love for her to win, I think. So I'm going to put my money on Erica and Finland.
OK, Charlotte, we'll leave you to party away and karaoke on the tram. Adam, David and Mel are getting ready for a big Eurovision party. Hello, we are gutted Ireland didn't qualify, but so excited to see the UK entry. We've got the food cooking and the drinks ready. Mariam, I know you're going to go and get your food from a certain fast food restaurant very shortly. We are not far away now.
I'm not going there anymore.
We're not far away now.
I'm done with that idea. I'm not getting a burger.
We're about 5 minutes away from the final starting.
I am, yeah. Hi, how are you? I'm live on air, but I'll speak to you in a minute. Are you okay?
Mariam, obviously being
Thank you very much.
pestered by lots of people there.
You're Mariam Mashiri.
We're not far away from it starting. So who do you think is going to win, Mariam?
Okay, I'm going to get serious now, Nikki, because you know me, I'm a serious person. James, who's behind the camera, James Anderson, cameraman extraordinaire, said it's going to be Finland or Austria. Nadia, what do you think? Nadia's just laughing. Come on. Estonia. Nadia says Estonia, which she knows is not going to happen, so she's just playing with me. What do you think, gentlemen with the stripy shirts?
Sweden.
Gentleman with the stripy shirt thinks Sweden. I personally think it's going to be Austria. That's Auntie Mariam's prediction, Nikki. What do you think?
So I really don't know. Like you've been saying with Daniel a little bit earlier, I think it's completely quite wide open because although Sweden are doing well with the bookies, I always think you can't underestimate what the juries vote for, and I am not sure that Sweden is a jury voting winner, but we shall see. Where do you think the UK is going to come, Mariam?
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I think the jury might like the UK. They sing really well. They've got beautiful voices. They can perform. They're so good and they've given it their all. So I think some jury points might be coming the UK's way. I predict maybe about 18th or 19th.
OK, Mariam, thank you very much. Do stay with us here on BBC News. We are going to leave you very shortly because, of course, we are going to watch the final with you. Just a couple more people. The Bolton family. We're having our 10th annual Eurovision party at home with our friends. This year, our 4-year-old Elliot is joining us for the first time. We'll sing a few songs and live here watching the Eurovision countdown live from a hotel in Covent Garden with my best friend Stefan. Hello, Liv. We've been to the last 2 contests in person and sadly couldn't make it this year, but we've got our drinks and snacks ready to go for 8 o'clock. Come on, remember Monday. So we will say, come on, remember Monday. We are going to leave you now with a performance by our Russia editor, Steve Rosenberg. You may ask why our Russian editor is on Eurovision. Well, Steve is a massive Eurovision fan. He is also an amazing musician. So he recorded this specially for us. This is a performance on the piano by Steve Rosenberg of what is currently the bookies' favourite to win. Enjoy Eurovision, stay with us. You can watch it live across the BBC, but enjoy this from Steve Rosenberg.